Hey, trying out something new this week. This video is exclusive for newsletter subscribers. What I see a lot of people doing is sitting down to a blank page, and they may have, newsletter at the top, they may have newsletter issue number, whatever, at the top. They're trying to come up with ideas, they're trying to write this thing every single week. And eventually what happens is they either give up on it, they struggle through it, or they start outsourcing it to AI. AI comes up with some stuff that kind of sounds like them, maybe a little bit. So they put that into a document, they start trying to make that into their own. And it's just the same messy cycle every single week. And if that's you, I hate to say it, but you're on the road to burnout because that's just majorly unsustainable to continue going that direction. So, what I wanted to share with you today is a visual of this. I know the newsletter that you just read is talking about this concept, but I really wanted to show you the visual. And I thought, what better way than to dive into something we talked about in the newsletter Power Up, which is a group program I run to help you turn your newsletter into something that builds your brands, grows trust, and turns readers into buyers. So let's dive into what this looks like. You'll see this target here. So imagine that this target, your subscribers come in from the outside. So they're in this outside ring when they first join your newsletter. And I'll be using my own format as an example here. People who typically subscribe to this newsletter are struggling to operate a newsletter and see real results. So they come in from this outside ring. And eventually, where I want to help you go is growing your brands and increasing revenue through your newsletter. That's the ultimate goal. So I want to get them from point A to point B. How do I do that every week through a newsletter? What are the steps, the 3 to 5 steps that I need to take someone through to get them to this point? Well, first, I try to highlight a problem that most people face, right? You're struggling to operate a newsletter and see results. I want to share a problem with you that I'm seeing in the industry. And so that should connect with you. It should be something that you've seen as well that you're struggling with right now if you are struggling to see results. Then I talk about the common way and how that's contrasted with a better path. So you're often seeing certain advice out there. And what are the better paths that I've seen working with hundreds of newsletters over many years? Finally, how do you apply this? So I want you to walk away every week with getting something out of the Creator Glue newsletter, right? I want you to find a way to apply this week so you can get just a little bit better at your newsletter every week. And that's essentially how I'm approaching this. Of course, what you write is going to look much different than this, but this is a way you can build out your format. So essentially what we're seeing here is the format of how I write newsletters, which you may not have seen, you might see now. That is typically the exact approach that I'm taking when I write these weekly newsletters. I want these to be letters to you that help you go from outside of this target to the center of this target and grow your brands, increase revenue through your newsletter. So as you look at your own format, go back to this target, maybe even draw this out on a piece of paper, just draw the targets. Where are your subscribers now when they join? Where do you want them to be? And what steps do they take in between to get to that result? If you can map that out, then every week your content gets a lot easier because you have an exact format to follow.